Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Moore, the founder and CEO of More of Rachel Incorporated. Today I just want to inspire you, to encourage you, and to talk about purpose. My purpose, your purpose. Oftentimes the word passion and purpose get confused. They kind of interchanged a lot, but they're not the same. There's a distinct difference. I know for me personally, I have many passions. I enjoy doing many things. I'm sure you do too. But how do you know if you're truly walking out and living out purpose in your life right now? One takeaway that I want you to have is to think about purpose, but to know this statement. And I wrote this entire chapter about purpose and discovering purpose as you pursue passion, chapter 11 in my book, Mind Your Vision 2020 and Beyond. But the takeaway I want you to have, in addition to the little tips I'm going to give throughout, is that every passion does not become purpose. But every purpose requires passion to pursue it. So I want you to make a note of that and as we go through, okay? So Proverbs 25, verse 5, enlightened my understanding years ago about purpose. And it reads, the purposes of a person's heart are like deep waters, but the one who has the insight draws them out. This means that we all have many, many purposes, multi-purposes deep down within our heart, within our soul, that's been planted. I believe that was put there from the foundation. When before we created it or put it into our mother's womb, there was a purpose. There was multi-purposes put within us. And only those who have the insight, the desire to really begin to search it out, to be able to find out what is it, to be able to move forward, to seek those things out, get insight, understanding regarding those things that's put inside, the potential that's there that you haven't even tapped into. That's all about purpose. So through your purpose, you will serve others. I want you to know that's one of the key things in understanding purpose, is that it's not just for you. You might have a gift, but it's not just for you. You may have a talent. It's not just for you or a skill. It's to serve someone else, to help someone else. So that's a key part of purpose, that is going to serve other people. So what season are you in? Because one of the things I believe is that in each season of our life, a new purpose unfolds constantly. Our life is evolving and a new purpose is unfolding that was in there. As you're continuing to seek and to explore and to walk out life as you've been guided, divinely guided, I believe that God puts things in us and we're to walk those things out. So, as a young girl, I stood on the porch with paper and pen in my hand, pretending to be a teacher, instructing my brother. And then as a teenager, I went on to do a lot of things with sewing. For my teachers, I was helping them instruct the other students in the classroom on how to sew. And these were elements. These are things that I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed teaching other people stuff. I enjoyed sewing. I enjoyed singing. That was one of the things I did a lot when I was really young in teenage years. But I didn't pursue any of those things as a career, but they were a passion of mine. So as I said, you can have a passion for something, but it doesn't always turn into purpose. But I do believe that there's elements in all those things that you have a passion for. They can point you in a direction of purpose. It's all going to be used for something in the future if you just walk it out, walk life out, and don't just push everything aside like, oh, it doesn't matter. Because, even as my life continued and into my young adulthood, my singing kind of evolved into just to dance. And then I had, started doing things with liturgical dance and teaching people how to worship, make that a lifestyle of worship, have a lifestyle of worship through dance. And from that, I discovered writing. I discovered a love and passion for writing. And I had no idea that that was part of my purpose, is to instruct and to teach others through literature, through writing, through books. And so books have come out, and continue to evolve. My first one came out in 2023. 2003. 2023 is on its way, but 2003 was my first book, Rivers of Praise, Worship Through Movement. And so it was all about teaching people how to have a lifestyle of worship. And then so what I want you to understand is that to look for elements and threads that kind of link that from your passion, kind of these threads that's gone throughout your lifetime, what's happened, what you're doing with those things. It could be pointing to purpose. Another thing I want you to do is to write down a couple of key things right now I'm going to share with you, which is where to look to find purpose. The first place I want you to look is within, as Proverbs 20 verse 5 states. Look within your heart, your desire. What are some of those deep desires that's deep down that you haven't even explored yet? What are those purposes? What are those things? And they are actually purposes, that potential that you haven't tapped into, that could lead to something even greater than you could ever imagine. So the first place is to look within your heart. The second place to look is within your gifts, your talents, and your skills. All of those things can lead to purpose. And that's the most likely place a lot of times, is to look within your gifts, talents, and your skills. Another place is to look within problems, your mess, your challenges. Out of your challenges, out of your problems can become purpose. Out of your mess become your message. Out of your challenges can develop cure for other people, bring hope to other people. So look within those things, because, my first invention came out of a mess. Literally, I was making a mess with my babies during meal times, and I was just frustrated. And using one of my passions, sewing, I created the first baby bib with legs, and it's now called Mr. Zippy. Had no idea that that was going to be pointing toward a purpose in my life, and in making meal times less messy for moms and for families everywhere with little babies. Now Mr. Zippy's out there and helping make life less messy. So that's a part of my purpose, and I had no idea, but it all came at the right time in the right season of my life. So look within your problems. Look within those challenges that you might have. Another place to look is in your life experiences and your strengths. Look for those common threads that I talked about that connects each season of your life, and see what picture is painting for you. When people talk to you about, wow, every time you do this, that blesses me, or every time you carry out and, say certain things, this blesses me. That tells you that you're hitting on something. Maybe you need to do more of it. You know how to exhort people. You know how to cook. You know how to paint. Whatever it is that has been a blessing to someone else, explore it more and do more of it. Even in my career as an engineer, I didn't pursue the singing, didn't become a singer, didn't become a fashion designer, didn't become a teacher, but even out of that, I'm still able to encourage and teach others on my job, So purpose comes in all shapes and sizes, and it changes over the course of our lifetime. you'll begin to develop and evolve different types of things that were potential that you didn't know that was there. So I want to encourage you to write down some things. We're at the end of this year. This is a time before preparing for the new year. I want you to take a moment to reflect. Take a moment to reflect on your past, on your life experiences, on the things that you had said you'd hope to do by now in this lifetime, this moment, and you haven't done it yet. Look back, write some of those things down. Kind of reflect and see what is it that's, I had been wanting to do for a long time and kind of felt like it was too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. I was encouraging a woman, I think she's in her 80s. It was a workshop I did on my birthday. It was a total vision workshop. Really what it means is, helping people to write their vision, to really stir up those dead dreams that was there. It looks like they're dead. It was time to speak to those dry bones, to wake those desires up, those hopes up again. I kind of stirred the waters and got everybody in the room excited, and they began to see and to visualize and imagine what the possibilities again, right? So at the end, this woman walks up to me and she says, "You really blessed me because," she says, "I'm in my 80, I can't remember how old, but she was in her 80s. And she said, I've always wanted to, help women, to those like are in halfway houses, and to really make a difference, to really encourage these women." She said, "I wanted to have like a center." I said, "Well, she said, and that helped me when you said it's not too late." I said, "No, it's not too late. You can still reach out now to, there's a lot of nonprofits out there that's looking for counselors or people to just connect with these people, these women that need help, that needs to be encouraged." I said, "Just call them and see how you can come in and start just encouraging these women, just sharing, talking to them. You'll be surprised. They may even open up one day a week for you the center. This is yours. I want you to just encourage these women." So it's not, it's always a way that you just need to take a step of faith toward that thing that you've been hoping for. And that's what I want to encourage you today, that look at the new year that's coming, 2022, as a year to explore new things, to find and discover new potential as you walk out, to help you walk out purpose in a new way in this season of your life. This is just a great opportune time to take advantage of starting afresh, starting anew in all these areas. And if you're already doing and walking in purpose, continue to flow, because that's my goal, is to flow with everything that's been established in my life. In this season of my life, I'm going to flow. This year was about creating so many different things. And so I'm going to flow with that foundation and see where that takes me. And you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised. And one thing I want you to remember too is that you're going to be fulfilled. Something about walking out purpose fulfills you and causes you to just make you happy when you're making a difference in somebody else's life, because you're not just living life for you. You're being significant, and you're adding significance to the world, because that's why you're here. You're here to add significance. You're here to make a difference and to fill your space, your little world around you. So live out purpose. And I'll close with this, that you will, once you're done, you'll be able to start the new year fresh, and you're going to live life on purpose, in purpose, and for purpose. So remember, I want you to live life on purpose, in purpose, and for purpose. And that takeaway that I started with is that there are many purposes in life. But every passion does not become your purpose, but every purpose requires passion to pursue it. So pursue purpose with passion.